Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and today we're working on my beautiful quilt top and we're adding the quilting. So I've done one set and I love how it turned out. I decided just to be simple and just do white. You can't really see the white on the white background obviously, but you can certainly see it on the green, which is lovely. Now, I did make a mistake. The start point is here and the end point is here. So I kind of did it backwards. I kind of wanted to start here and go here so they fit together. So we might have to do a little bit of, changing around a little bit to make it work. So now I can put the start and stop points any way that I want, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna leave it and put it up as close as I can. I think it'll look fine. Again, it's not quite what I was after, but there's no point crying over spilt milk. It is what it is, and that's what it is. Now you can see I don't have a extra large magnetic hoop for this one. I'm using the 9.5 by 14, so we have a little bit of wiggle room on it. Definitely the magnetic hoops are easier, but again, we work with what we've got. This is how I have it in there, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then you can go ahead and place it how you want, and there's my center mark. So you can place your sticker right there, which is what I'll do after. Or you can scan it in and I'll see if I can make it work. It might not work very well because not all of it's on green. So it might be hard to see, but basically that's the space that I want. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the center but of the hoop. See, I'm feeling around the hoop here so I can get a sense of it. It almost is, so why don't we just move it down here, then we don't have any worries. And make sure there's enough of the first step to make it work. So this looks pretty good. I also want it to be straight. Now remember, when you're using hoops that are this large, it's a little awkward and a little fiddly. So be patient. Does not have to be absolutely perfect, but as close as you can get to it is fine. Now what I'm looking at are my lines here and my lines here. Now this would be the time where you could get out those plastic inserts and make sure it's straight. So I'm not concerned about what was stitched beforehand. I'm just looking at the quilt top, and that's pretty good indeed. And I have it loose, not quite loose enough, so I'm gonna loosen the hoop screw because I don't want to be being too aggressive with this large hoop. Okay, now that I have that part, I am just going to double check again, and it's going to start here and it's going to stop here, and we want to get it. I'm just going to make a fold so I can tell how well this is going to work right at the edge of the circles. This is why it's good to have paper templates. Now I can see better. And put these two as close as we can. Now we're going to have a little bit of empty space, but I think that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. I think that'll be fine. I'm making sure that this one goes in there just fine. So we should be okay. I'm happy with that. So let's take it to the machine and we'll do a scan. Okay, so the big hoops, like I said, are quite awkward. You can perhaps use clips to hold everything back if it's in your way. Yes, I know it's a big hoop and you're gonna have to move. And there's a few things that we can do on McDreamy. The first thing I'm gonna do is a scan. So what this does, it's a Brother Dream Machine 2. and it's going to scan the background. Then I can just simply place the designs where I want, and I'll be able to see the green ones. So that's helpful. But if you marked, I think it was somewhere around here, that's going to be our start point. So, you know, there's many ways of doing it. The frame will move to be scanned with the built-in camera. Also remember, when you're using these magnificently huge hoops, that you have more than enough room on the back end over there for the hoop to move around. They're a little bit bigger than you think, so it's a bit awkward. So let's see what McDreamy says. That's pretty good. Yes, I can see it, and it has to go down just a little bit. This is the part I really like about it. Now, I know the new Luminaires, they have really cool stuff that you can, I can almost see the white on this, that you can use a projector. That would be great to show you guys, but I don't have that, so there you go. And my favorite part about quilting in the hoop is that it only takes 5 minutes to stitch. So I'm going to stitch it out, and I'll make it a little faster for you guys. This is where I'm going to start. If you remember, the placement was, I'm pretty close to where I wanted it in the first place. So if you do have a marker, all you have to do is move the design up or down a little bit, because remember, we have some wiggle room up and down, and make sure your needle is right over the spot that you want. So if you don't have a scanner, that's what you can do. Even if you put a fabric marker and mark, X marks the spot right in the middle, using your template, then line your needle up with that. And I think we're ready to go. So speed stitching. Well, happy music. Now that didn't take too long, and actually I did a pretty decent job. Let's take it back to the desk very carefully and have a look at it. So that does look pretty good. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I did come pretty close here, which is perfect. It looks like a continual quilting, and I'm pretty happy with that. One helpful tip that I'd like to point out, now I've got my quilt top, and I've got my batting, and I've got my backing all together because it looks pretty on the backing. You can see the quilting on it, which is lovely. But make sure you leave a couple of inches of all of it. So if you have to, say for example, hoop this end, I've got this much to work with that I can hoop just to get on this edge. Even if you go over a little bit or off the edge, that's fine. It's just kind of like a backup to your backup. And it really makes a difference. You will be going, phew, more than once. Ask me how I know. It has happened quite a few times. So I think if I hoop it right here, I should be good. And then I should have enough room for a last one. Even if it goes over the edge, we're good. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you will give Quilting in the Hoop a try. Now we're going to keep working on these. I'll have more quilt tops to quilt, and I'll just bring you along with the journey so we can all get really good at it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!